Good afternoon, Harsh. How are you?
I'm fine, sir.
How's your day?
My day was nice.
And what about your psych test?
My psych test was really good, and I performed well in my psych test.
Okay. So this is your which attempt?
This is my third attempt.
Third attempt. And what happened in your previous attempts?
I got screened out in my two previous attempts.
You got screened out in previous
Yes,
attempts.
sir.
Two times.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
What do you think? What are the major reasons behind your screen outs in your previous attempts?
So basically, uh, it's my confidence as I just feel some nervousness when I just exposed to the new situations. So that thing uh, took me screened out in my two previous attempts.
Only confidence, nothing else.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Okay. So how did you overcome this? Now you are like pretty confident about yourself.
Yes, sir. I'm confident this time.
So what all things you did to overcome this problem?
So I basically exposed myself to the new situations as much as possible. And I also delivered the speeches in the schools. So I just removed my stage fear too, and that helped me a lot. And also I work upon my English speaking.
Harsh, where are you coming from?
So I am coming from village Pachgaon, district Meerut, and state Uttar Pradesh.
Okay. So what is the distance between Meerut and Bangalore?
It is approximately around 2100 kilometer.
Okay, 2100 kilometers. Okay. And you know how much time you covered this distance?
So I covered it around 32. Yeah, sir. I took 32 hours. The train took 32 hours.
Okay, what was the train number?
The train number was 22692.
Name?
The name was Karnataka Express. Karnataka Express.
Karnataka Express. Okay. What was the average speed of your train?
So the train's average speed is around so around 40 to 42 kilometer per hour.
Are you sure?
Uh,
Or you're
so
guessing?
1 minute. So I am just guessing.
Why you are guessing? You don't know how to calculate speed, average speed? You qualified NDA
No,
examination?
sir. I Yes, sir. I know.
Then calculate it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's around 70 to 72 kilometer per hour.
Okay. Now, now how come this 70 kilometers per hour came?
It's basically I divide the 21,000 kilometer to 32 hours.
So why you said 45 kilometer initially?
Sorry, sir.
Okay. So you came from Meerut. Okay. If I come
Yes.
to your place, if I come to Meerut, what all places you will take me to, and what all cuisines you will like give me there?
Yeah. If you come to Meerut with me, so you will really enjoy. As we start with basically the Nochandi Mela, as it is now going on, and it is one of the most famous fair that is conducted in Meerut. And the talking about the famous cuisine in that fair was halwa paratha. It was like famous, very famous in that fair. And apart from it, we shall also go on the Jain temples in Hastinapur, as Hastinapur is considered as the most holiest place for the Jains on earth because it is considered to be the birthplace of three Jain Tirthankars. And there are many Jain temples like Digambar Jain Temple, Shwetambar Jain Temple, Kailas Parvat Rachna. And apart from it, we can also enjoy the Hastinapur Sanctuary and ancient Gurudwara. We can also visit the Martyrs Memorial. Martyrs Memorial is basically a 30-meter long marble pillar at the Baisali. And the organizations also conduct the functions at the national holiday. And we can also travel and visit to the Ogarnath temple, sorry, and especially on the second Navratri night. The Ogarnath temple is also locally known as the Kali Paltan temple, and it is the site where the plan of 1857 revolt was prepared. We can also visit the Kila Parikshitgarh. Kila Parikshitgarh is basically made by King Parikshit, who was the grandson of Arjuna, and it was later restored by a local king.
Okay. So Harsh, you are sweating or what?
Yes, I'm sweating. So basically,
Okay.
my fan is just off and I am in the room, so it's just
You
running.
can turn on your fan, no?
I think there are some noise issues if I can turn it.
Hey, it's fine.
So please,
No worries.
1 minute.
Okay, now you're comfortable?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so Harsh, we are going to have an informal conversation for next 40 to 45 minutes. Make yourself comfortable. There is water next to you.
Yes,
You can have it whenever you want. Shall we begin?
yes, sir.
Okay, so suppose you tell me about your education. In this, I would be interested in the subjects you like the most, those you did not care so much about, grades achieved in exams, efforts put in, extracurricular and co-curricular, including adventure activities and NCC training available in school or college, the events in which you took part in, and special achievements, about your closest friends and why you consider them so, the people you avoid and why, teachers you like the most and those who did not impress you much and why. Have you received any scholarship? What have you been doing since you passed out of school? You may start from class 10.
Sir. So talking about my class 10th, so I really enjoyed all subjects in class 10th, and in class 11th I took the PCM. Here I really enjoyed physics and math particularly, and I found myself a little bit challenging in the information technology. It is basically because it about all practical, and I don't have the computer at my home, so I just depend on the theory, and that look basically a little bit challenging for me. So talking about my extracurricular activities, so from class 6 to 8, I participated in various events like I participated in the painting competition. I also participated with my classmates in a stage performance on Republic Day. I also participated in the Scout Kite camp that was conducted in my school also. In class 9th to 10th, I participated in various events. Like I participated in an examination that was conducted by a organization, Shanti Kunj, and I also participated in the examination Bharat Khojanu. I also participated in the debate competition and also made a visit to the local newspaper press that was Dainik Jagran on behalf of my school. And with my friends, I also participated in a science fair where we and my classmates made the model of smart city. In class 12th, I participated in the meditation program that was conducted in my school. Throughout the school premises, and I also participated in the physics fair where I made a working model that was about the charging and discharging of capacitor with my friend. So talking about my teachers, I really like my teachers the most because they are the one that showed me a path that also realized me my the actual capabilities. The teacher that I like was my former principal because he was quite strict about that discipline, and he told me to get the morning notice of waking about 4 a.m. and study. And he also call my parents to get my report on the house, as this basically made a habit of waking 4 a.m. in me, and that basically give me some extra hours to work other than this. And the uh, ability or the basically habit of getting 4 a.m. It also inculcate a habit in me that to work according to a timetable, and that really helps me a lot. So there is no teacher that I dislike him, but I consider that my IT teacher consider me as a below average student, as I am not. So as I told you that there is no teacher that I dislike. I really like all my teachers, but I consider that my information technology teacher considered me as a below average student, as I found myself in a challenge to understand the information technology because it was all about the practicals. So I occasionally discuss with my friends in class, and my teachers quote me. They consider that I just talk unnecessarily to them and scold me. Once he just called my father in the class and just complained me about regarding that. So I just thought that it was all about the misunderstanding.
Okay, Ash. What about your friends? How many friends do you have and how many close friends out of them?
I have a good circle of friends. Uh, yeah, there are 9 to 10 friends, and close friends. I have two to three close friends.
Okay. If you have to call one name, Or like
Yes.
out of your close friends, whom you will call?
So Arpit Tomar.
Arpit Tomar. Okay. What Arpit is doing right now?
So he is pursuing his BTech from Merit Institute of Technology.
Okay. So, can you tell me three things you find irritating about your close friend Arpit?
So he's a very nice guy. The things that I found irritating is that he's just towards the junk foods. He does not like the physical activities. And when he just tell me that brother, just call me at 4 a.m. when you are just going for running. And when I call him at 4 a.m., he does not pick up my phone. I just screaming in front of his house. Everybody will wake up, but not him.
Okay.
And also, he is unnecessarily loud. And sometimes he just took the clothes and shoes from me and not return from himself. I have to beg for them. I have to beg my things for them. So the things I found them. He should improve.
Okay. So, you mentioned that your favorite teacher is your former principal.
Yes, sir.
Okay. If I met your principal, what are the three things he or she will tell me that he or she wants you to improve?
Uh, so my teacher generally said that he should work upon his handwriting, as I also generally good in my academics. So he also told me to just uh, do engage more in the extracurriculars. So that's the thing that my teacher may say to you.
Okay. Other than handwriting and extracurricular activities, tell me something related to personality or behavior wise, which they want you to improve.
Uh, so behavior wise, in my school, I was like a very shy guy, a very reserved guy. So at the time, I was like to, but now I'm just quite gregarious. So my teachers want me to be just not be reserved and basically not to pressure on yourself. So because you do the good, quite hard work, and you should not take the unnecessary pressure because it ruined your performance.
Okay. So, your class 12th is over now?
Yes, sir.
You're waiting for your results or your results are also out?
So my results are out.
So, how much you scored in class 12th?
So 94.2%.
94.2%. Okay. So, what is your favorite subject?
So my favorite subject is physics and maths also.
Okay. Physics. Out of physics or mathematics, which is your favorite subject?
So physics.
Physics. Okay. Tell me the four fundamental forces of nature.
Yes, sir. So electrostatic force, nuclear force, gravitational force, and basically electromagnetic force.
Are you sure?
Sir,
Are you 100% sure about these are the fundamental forces in nature?
I'm audible.
Yes, you're audible.
So friction force.
Friction force. Friction force is one of the fundamental forces of nature. You're sure
I
or you're
think
guessing? Bluffing.
no. I'm just confident about the three, but I am just little bit confused about the one.
Which one? EMF or frictional forces?
So yeah, in both of them, I just confused a little bit.
Okay. And what is Ohm's law?
So Ohm's law is regarding to the resistance. It's basically said that the conductors for some temperature, the voltage and current is directly proportional, and the proportionality sign is defined by the resistance. So as V is equal to IR.
Okay. Okay. Tell me four forces which acts upon airplane when it is flying.
Uh, so yeah, downward force, so upward force that basically gravitational force, the friction force due to air drag,
Gravitational force, drag, and two more.
so downward force, so
Gravitational
no,
force and downward force is same, no?
so upward force.
What is called? What is the proper name of upward force?
So thrust maybe that provided by the jets, engine
Are you
jets.
sure?
Yes, sir.
Other than that, gravitational force, drag, and thrust. One more.
So friction force due to air drag.
Drag is already covered. What is the lift force called?
So buoyancy force, lift force,
Are you sure?
up thrust. Yes, sir.
Okay. And on which principle airplane works or
It's
flies in the
basically,
air?
yes, sir. So action reaction.
Action reaction. Tell me the principle.
Uh, so principle of momentum, conserve momentum. Principle of conservation of momentum.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
Have you ever heard of Bernoulli's principle?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so Bernoulli's principle is used in flying of an airplane.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so can you tell me about the pressure differences? Like, where is pressure more? Above the wings or below the wings?
So below the wings.
And what about the speed of winds? Below the wings or above the wings? What is the speed?
So below the wings, the speed is quite low as compared to the above the wings.
Why?
So because whenever the air have to cross the larger surface at the same time, so the speed got increased and due to the pressure decreased.
Okay, what is PIR?
So TIR,
Have you ever heard total internal reflection?
yes, sir, yes, I heard about the total internal reflection.
Okay, define total internal reflection.
So total internal reflection is basically when a ray comes from a medium and totally reflect to the same medium.
Okay, and what is the principle behind how like rays are reflecting in the same medium?
So because of the change in medium, as whenever a ray enters from the rare medium or to the denser to the rare, so it basically quite bend towards the normal or quite deflect from the normal. Whenever the ray enters from rare to denser, so it quite bend towards the normal, and whenever the ray goes from the denser to rare, it's away from the normal.
Okay, what is the name of the angle called at which rays shows TIR?
So yeah, I'm calling the name, recalling the name. So it's basically total internal. Uh, I am not getting the exact name, but critical. Yes, sir. I am not getting the name. The angle must be oh, more than the critical angle.
Okay, tell me about your strengths and weaknesses.
So talking about my strengths. So as I told you that uh, my principal former principal make me a habit to work with a timetable. So that inculcate me a discipline and also to just divide the task into small steps to achieve it. And that made the things easier for me to be achieved as I believed that I love to face the challenges rather than ignoring it. And I keep trying to learn something new. About my weaknesses, so whenever just I exposed to the new situations, so I feel a little bit nervousness, though I overcome as soon as possible and adapt myself in that new situation. Somehow my communication skills are also not up to the mark and I am working on it. And also I just the one thing that it is not a weakness for me, but I have to change it. The thing is that I am just thinking that the results positive. So sometimes the results not be in your favor. So that make you disappoint. But whenever you be ready for the worst situation, so you can handle any situation. So
Okay, So what all exams you gave after class 12th along with the results?
So I gave my JEE mains and also a National Defense Academy exam.
Okay. What was your percentile and rank in JEE mains?
So it was around 72 percentile, and my ranks was in lakhs, so I not remember that.
Okay. So your rank looked like a mobile number.
Something like this, sir.
Okay. So why you scored only 72 percentile in your JEE?
So because my primary focus was not the engineering exam, as I always uh, have a aspire to join the defense forces. So after 12th, I was just preparing for my NDA, and with the NDA preparation, I gave my JEE mains exam, and I scored particularly 96 percentile in my maths, around 87 percentile in my physics, but I again scored 11 percentile in my chemistry. So that took down my percentiles overall.
Why so low in chemistry? You're a bright student. You scored 95, 86 percentile in mathematics and physics, but you're scoring just 11% in your chemistry. What went wrong there?
Yeah, so in class 12th, I just crammed the chemistry reactions because I have to just write it on the board sheet. So I don't have the practical knowledge about that. And I also learned, I also want to get the practical knowledge about the subjects or the topics. And that basically make me to understand more easily. But there is nothing like the practical in chemistries. It's based on the facts and exceptions. So I feel quite difficult me to remembering all the reactions and all.
Okay. And how many times you gave NDA along with the
Three.
results? Okay. So you gave NDA thrice
Yes, sir.
and you cleared all times?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now please tell me something about your family. Suppose you tell me about your parents, their occupation, how do you spend time together, about other members of your family like brothers, sister, uncles, grandparents, etc. Whom do you approach for help when you have a problem? In whom do you confide? What are the activities in which you get personally involved with your family? How much pocket money do you get? And how do you spend it? What are the activities in which you participate in your neighborhood? What is the most thrilling and exciting experience you have had in the company of your family members or friends? You may start with your parents now.
Sir. So I have a family of 5 members. My father, my mother, my two elder sisters, and me. Talking about my family's occupation, so my father's primarily a farmer, and he also has a construction shop, and also works with the Nagalamal Sugar Complex. It's basically a sugar mill nearby. So my father also worked with it, especially in the winter seasons. And whenever I am in problem, so I approach whenever I whoever I got, my mother, my father, or my elder sisters first. So I just discuss them, and we just solve it collectively. And yeah, I enjoy a very good time with my family members. We just talk about all the daily happenings. My father used to come from the fields or from the shop in the afternoon, so we just have a lunch at the time. And beside the lunch, we also talk about that how is going on about the academics, how is going on basically about our personal experiences. And my father also tells the stories, or yeah, he's very lively person, so he also cracks jokes. So that's how I enjoy. And I also spend the time with my family after dinner. So we just have the good conversation in that time. I also enjoy the company of my neighbors because we help out each other every time and anytime. So uh, yeah.
Anything else you're missing out on?
Mm. Yeah, sir. Talking about my uh, contribution, my family works. So I often help my father in the farming deeds and also help him at the shop. I also have a responsibility to bring milk from the dairy daily and also pay for it monthly. And I handle the shop in absence of my father, especially in the winter seasons. Talking about the household home, so I have a responsibility to pick the garbage out and also help my mother in the cleanliness in
basically on Sundays or even in holidays. At festivals, the grinding of carrots and making the mawa from milk, it's my responsibility to that thing. And yeah, also mashing of the coconut. So that whole thing I do in my home. And I also help my mother whenever she is busy and gets arrived. So I serve them food and also making the tea for them.
Okay. So Harsh, you're from agricultural background.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What is the difference between Rabi crops and Kharif crops?
So the difference between the sowing period and the harvesting period. Basically, the rabi crops are sowing in the winter times and like in the month of November, December, and they just harvested in the month of March to April. And after that, the kharif crops are basically sown in the summer season, like that is going on in our country, and they will be just cultivated in October to November.
Can you give me some examples of Rabi crops and Kharif crops?
Yes, sir. Examples of rabi crops are wheat, uh, mustard, chana, and sugarcane. And talking about the kharif crops basically includes the pulses basically that and the rice paddy
Okay. So,
and also potatoes. Yeah.
okay. So you are the only son of your parents.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So your parents have one option to choose among you guys. Like they have to choose one among you all, whom they are going to choose.
So they are going to choose my elder sister.
Why not you? You are youngest and you are the only son. Why they are not choosing you?
Yeah. The thing is right that I am young and the only son, but my parents are basically not judging us on the numbers. They are judging us on the abilities and basically the approach uh, and a nature. I know that my elder sister, is very spiritual, hardworking, kind, and cooperative. So that all the qualities made him superior to me, and that's why he is most like the first choice of my parents among us.
So your elder sister is more mature, spiritual, and hardworking. Like they can take care of themselves. है ना? So
Yes.
your parents should choose you so that you need extra care and love. So they should take care of you. They should choose you over your sisters. Why you are saying that your parents will choose your elder sister over you?
This is not that my parents consider me as a mature, but they believe on me, and that's why they choose my sisters because they know that I will handle.
Okay. What are the benefits of being a only son and youngest in the house?
Generally, I don't have any experience, but yeah, you will be preferred in the cuisines and the thing that father bought in the houses, and you are the only son, so uh, you not wear the old clothes of your brother. You just have your new own, and yeah, that's all things, sir.
Anything else?
Uh, being a only son, so you should have the all responsibilities of your home.
So this is a benefit.
Yes, sir. Because that made you to just expose to the more people and the experience.
Okay. Tell me three instances where your father scolded you.
So I just remember a recent one as my father's bike broke down. So basically, he wants to exchange it. So and it's need around 20 to 30,000. But if we just repair its engine, so it will work for around 5 to 6 months. So I just get the bike and uh, took it to the mechanic shop, and uh, I just did get all the repairing and servicing of that, and that cost around 2 to 3,000. So my father told me that I have to just sell it out and you get repaired it. So the thing, and also sometimes whenever father was behind me and I was driving, and if I just crossed the 40 speed limit, so he just starting scolding me, just drive slow, drive slow. That thing.
Okay, one more thing.
Uh, One more thing, yeah. Once I just got late to getting home as I was on the evening walk with my friends. So at the time, my father just tell me harshly that you should be on home at night because it's not the right time to get with your friends outside.
Okay, so your sisters are married?
No, sir.
Okay, so if you get a chance, if you get the responsibility to make arrangement for your elder sister's marriage, how you are going to manage everything?
Yeah, I have a good friend circle, so I will manage easily everything. So first will I discuss with my parents, made the inventory of all the guests, and all the stuff that we want, and distribute the work among my friends. I made my friends to get the items that are being required, and along with I also managed for the catering, videography, photography, arrange sitting arrangement, accommodation of guests, and yeah, also the DJ and all. I will ensure about that. And yeah, on the D-Day, I will also ensure the proper parking arrangement, proper uh, basically proper placement of the garbage after the marriage, and proper conduction of everything. I will keep vigil on the things that are being required by the chef at that marriage, and also the things that are being required by the panditji and all that thing.
Okay, so on the D-Day, okay, so on the D-Day, what happens? Like initially, your in-laws, your sister's in-laws were not asking for anything, but on the D-Day, just before marriage, they ask for some cash and a bike,
Yes.
and you don't have money. You are from agricultural background, you cannot afford all this thing. What you are going to do?
Sir, first I will go in a conversation with them that this will not be like in the list, and you just made a unexpected and expected demand. So, uh, so I made them convinced that yeah, we can give you, but just give us some time. So we will manage them. And
They
if
are
they
they
are
are not
not,
ready to listen. They are not ready to listen. They want the XYZ cash and a bullet on the spot. Otherwise, they will leave marriage in between. They will not marry.
yeah, on the spot, if they want on the spot, then I will collect cash from my relatives, from my friends, and I just get them to the Royal Field showroom and just handle them a new bike along with the cash. And after that, I return to my friends the money.
Okay, so you support dowry,
No, sir, it's not that.
but your actions are telling me that, isn't it?
Uh, so basically, uh, the culture, the society that we are living. So it is a proud moment to the parents to just arrange the marriage for their daughters, and we basically just uh, worry about our respect, and if the barat is just returning from our doorsteps, so it will be like a same thing for us in the society, and for protection our respect, for the protection of our respect, so uh, we can step that we can took steps that the things like uh, dowry and all.
In order to protect your family's respect, you can support wrongdoings. It is
No,
justified,
sir, it's not
isn't
like.
it?
Yes, sir.
So dowry is justified if you are going to save your parents and family's respect in society.
No, sir, dowry is not okay at all, but the situation is basically demanding that thing.
Okay, so according to situation, you will act.
Yes, sir.
But when it comes to your sister, you will support dowry and you will bring cash from your relatives and you will get one bike from Royal Enfield showroom and then you give it to your in-laws. your brother-in-law, and you will get everything like properly, like get your sister marriage, है ना? And everything will be sorted out, isn't it?
sir.
Okay. So, can you tell me three things which you don't like about your elder sister, eldest one?
Eldest one. Uh, yeah, sir. So, he is just sticking on a phone all the day. So the thing, and also they are just watching the serials and just talk regarding to them all the things that are not basically have sense in the real world. But yeah, they are necessarily worried about that thing, that what will happen in the next scene, in the next scene and all. So that I want to change in it. That you should be in the real world. It's all like drama. So you should consider it as a drama.
Okay. One more thing.
Uh, yes, sir. The thing basically uh, related to my both of sisters, as they both not like doodh, matta, and dahi. They just want the spicy things and all. And my parents say to him that you should take the milk and all for the strength, but they generally avoid it.
Okay. So, can you tell me three things which your father wants you to improve?
Uh, so, which my father wants to improve in me.
Yes.
Uh, yeah, so my father generally overseen me, just see me growing up, and they also mold me like things, and they ensure that I am not indulged in the things all that will affect my future. So they are not such things that they want. Yeah, they are also the quiet things, as I told you earlier, that they told me to drive slow, but though I drive slow, but then after that they just tell me to just drive slow, and yeah, one thing that my father says that I should expose to the more people, because my father wants me to get the practical knowledge uh, beside with the bookish knowledge. Though I interact with the many people, as I just interact at the shop and also uh, with my friends and all. So yeah, still my father wants me to interact with the people.
Okay. That gives me a good idea about your education, family, and related matters. Now, please tell me how you spend your spare time. What are your hobbies? When and how did you choose these? And what are the games and sports in which you have participated in school or college with family members and with neighborhood friends? Your daily routine, both on a weekdays and a holiday. And about your reading and writing habits and TV watching habits.
Yeah, so talking about my spare time. So generally, uh, I spend my spare time if it is afternoon or basically the midday. So I just exploring on my phone. I just surf on the internet, and if the time is basically morning or evening, so in morning I just go to the fields and take the fresh air. Basically, time spend the time in nature, and in the evening I just go with my friends. And talking about my hobbies, so my hobbies include bird feeding, newspaper reading, skipping, and workout. Talking about the hobbies that when I go where I got from. So the thing bird feeding, I got it from my sister, as the other than the eldest one. So she used to be very spiritual. So she on a daily basis put the water and grains for all. And so seeing this, I just inculcate in me, as whenever she forgot. But yeah, generally she not forgot. But whenever she forgot, and I just put the grains and the water on the pot. Workout. Talking about the workout. So generally, I do workout from the past 2 years. As first, I took the workout seriously in the COVID, because I just have the quite much time, so I just spend that on my body. Talking about the newspaper reading. So when I started my NDA preparation, so for the current events, I used to just go through the newspapers. So when where I developed the habit of reading newspaper because it will give you the knowledge and what is going on in the current world. Talking about the sports that I've been participating, though I generally not participated professionally in any sports, but yeah, I really participated at the village level or at the block level. I participated in the running competition. I also participated in the kabaddi competition because I used to play with it. And yes,
Okay, so you have mentioned that you go for running.
yes,
How many kilometers in what time you complete?
it is around 6 kilometer in 29 minutes.
Okay, so you cover 6 kilometers in 29 minutes.
Yes, sir.
What is your speed?
So my speed is around 12 kilometer per hour.
Okay, in meter per second?
So it was around 3.3 meter per second.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you have very fast calculation,
Yes, sir.
or you prepared this answer at home?
No, sir. But I generally basically got an idea as 36 kilometer in 30 minutes. So you just double it. And
Okay, so
the formula.
fine, Harsh. Okay, fine. So Harsh, you mentioned that you also read newspapers.
Yes, sir.
Tell me two national and international news.
So talking about the international news that are basically now the protest of the students in the Bangladesh. It is in the headlines regarding to the reservation. And also on the other hand, the US elections, US president's elections that are being going on November. So that are being in the hot spot. And also recently, the Keir Starmer, who just got the chair of Prime Minister in UK. Talking about the national news, the thing that are being in news is uh, the paper leaking. Just we just see the reneat thing on the newspaper and also in the social sites. And the thing that the paper leaking or fraudulent thing that now also encompasses somehow the UPSC. And regarding this or because of the personal issues, the UPSC chairman also quit. Manoj Soni, by the way, his name. So he also quit his position. And sir, the things, the terrorism activities that are being on hike after the Lok Sabha elections, that also been the sport.
Okay, what is the difference between UK and Britain?
So I not have the accurate answer.
What is the difference between Britain and England?
Uh, yeah, so England is a particular country, but if you allow me that, I can guess that Britain Britain comprises of 2 to 3 countries
Okay, what are the
like
names of the
England,
countries?
Scotland, and one more country. I'm not recalling its name.
Okay, why students are protesting in Bangladesh?
So because the government announced the 30% reservation for those students uh, whose ancestors had been participating in the independence or basically have the part in the independence of Bangladesh. So generally there is a 56% reservation, and in the 56%, the much piece that is around 30% is given to the those students whose ancestors are have a contribution in the Bangladesh independence. So the students wants to just remove that thing. So that's why they are protesting.
Who is the Prime Minister of Bangladesh?
Uh, so Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina.
Okay, and what about President?
Sorry, sir. I'm not able to recall his name.
What is the capital of Bangladesh?
Sir, Dhaka.
Okay, why do you want to join army?
Sir, the first thing that is my internal force. that drive me to just join the armed forces. As the village that I am living in, every family member has a soldier that serves for the nation. So I want to be the first person that is stepping in that queue. And also, sir, since my childhood, I see the boys are running in the morning time and preparing for the open birthday. And whenever they got selected in the Indian Army, the respect and the welcome they got that motivate me to join and serve the armed forces.
So you are preparing for Agniveer as well?
No, sir, but at that time, I only knew about the way that how can we just go into the armed forces was the open birthday. But in the class 11th, I just knew about the National Defense Academy exam, NDA exam. So and as I am in quite good in academics, so I just gave the exam, cleared it, and uh, just here.
So why you are not ready to join forces as a Agniveer?
So uh, no doubt that soldiers are the integral part and the backbone of our armed forces. But uh, I I believe on my capabilities, and I knew that I will crack that exam as I am quite good in the academics and in the sports. So I test myself in that harder things. So I just gave the officer line exam.
Okay, which regiment you want to join?
So I want to join the Garhwal Rifles.
What is the motto of Garhwal Rifles?
Uh, yes, sir. Yudh Krit Nishchay means uh, just war with determination.
God with?
Determination.
Okay. Okay. So what all weapons Garhwal Rifles use? Do you know? Do you have any idea?
Sir, I have an idea about the small arms only because that are being generally used in the Indian Army, like
Okay.
SARS, pistol auto 9 mm, Glock 17, and light machine guns, the MMGs. So I think that they are being generally used by all the regiments. So they also being used by the Madras regiment also.
Okay. What is the organizational structure of Indian Army?
So the organization structure of Indian Army starts from the command, and then corps, so division, brigade, battalion, company, platoon, and section.
What is the basic difference between battalion and regiment?
So battalion having basically less manpower than the brigade. So
I'm
and
talking
regiment,
about
yeah,
battalion versus regiment.
yes sir. So sir, I not have the clear idea.
Okay. What is the rank structure of soldiers in Indian Army?
So, so in the non-commissioned officers,
Yes.
they will be like uh, Lance Naik, Naik, Havaldar, and company quartermaster Havaldar. In the JCOs, it will be like Naib Subedar, Subedar, Subedar Major. And in the commission rank, it is lieutenant, captain, major, lieutenant colonel, colonel, brigadier, major general, lieutenant general, general.
Who is one star general in Indian Army?
So brigadier.
Okay. And like non-commissioned rank starts with Lance Nayak.
Sir,
Are you sure?
yes sir.
Okay. Who is the chief of defense staff right now?
Uh, Sir, Chief of Defence Staff General Anil Chauhan.
Okay. And chief of air staff?
Sir, uh, yes sir. NS Rajaswamy.
Chief
Yes
of
sir.
air staff.
Yes sir. Chief of Air Staff. Sir, Air Chief Marshal Vivek Ram Chaudhary.
So why you are just bluffing and beating around the bush?
Sorry.
Okay. Okay. So if you're not able to join NDA, what is your plan B?
Sir. as I am just pursuing my graduation. So after that, I will just go for the combined defense services exam, and with it, I just preparing for my defense exams, and yeah,
One day or the other, you are going to join the forces, isn't it? Either by
yes,
NDA or by CDS.
yes, sir.
Okay. So, Harsh, nice talking to you. All the very best for your future task ahead. Do you have any questions for me?
No, sir.
Okay. So, we'll meet on the conference day. Have a nice day. You may leave now.
Thank you, sir.